Welcome back. Today is Thursday, the 4th of September. This is Lots of Growth, Me versus Me, Day 4. So, what did we do in the market yesterday? We finally executed in London, not in Asia. We'll run through that trade today. Today, I'm going to share a little bit of my reflections of my past year of trading as well. So, we're going to go through that as well. But first and foremost, before we start all of that, what do? We do our habits. So let's head straight on into it. Today, I'm starting strong. We had a very good night last night. We picked up the kids, we did the RR, we had a good night routine, we powered off, we shut down bright and early yesterday. So today was a very good start, and we did our visualization already. And there was a proper one, meditation style, eyes closed, all that. So I'm feeling good, I'm feeling pumped. So stress levels, we're all right. Edge-wise, I'm still clear. This week is pretty straightforward. It's an uptrend. So we know what we are good at and what kind of things that may give us a snag, which is just a sell pullback. Mentally prepared. I haven't been... One thing that I mentioned to Coach that I haven't mentioned to you guys is when I was unbalanced, I used to overtrade my phone on my phone way too much. Literally, like, I would have screen time on my phone, and I would constantly, day after day, violate that screen time. So far, this hasn't happened yet this week, meaning my MetaTrader, my trading view on the phone and on the iPad has always been under the limit. So I want to keep it that way because that means I'm not babysitting the trade. I'm not pulling up my phone at every opportunity and looking at the market. And I think that is a very good indicator of whether I'm balanced or imbalanced, and definitely whether I'm detached from the outcome. So detached from C game triggers. So far, there hasn't been any that triggered me yet. And the only one that I could foresee is FOMO. But even then, in this market condition, we don't want to get caught in the wrong trade. So hopefully the C games will stay away from me. And the last C game that I want to remind myself of is playing around with the trades too much. Meaning, when I'm in a trade, I stay with the bias. TP and SL, just let it be. Do not touch the trade unless alerts are triggered. So that I need to give it a check as well. Pre-market, let's head on to the screen. So this was what happened yesterday. We saw the market at Asia, and we were saying that it's going to go 2,400 pips, which it did. But we're not executing Asia today because we want to let the market play out its dip and bounce. So what happened instead was I took the trade at London, which is 1,300 in the chart, and that went to a full R. Now here's a side note. I forgot to disable my partials, my trade manager partials. So I did hit the full R, but I only got 0.65 of net result because 50%, 70% of the trade was taken out at half an hour, and the remainder went to full TP. So it is what it is. It was an oversight. I've disabled it completely now in my trade manager, so this should not occur again. Today, there's a small trade. I took just like a 10 pip trade to make sure all my accounts are active. So that's why you see that there. I'm going to remove that now. And we're going to start analyzing the chart today. We started on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it's been 3 days of continual pushes. Today, we're again expecting a range of 2,400 for Asia, post-Asia, that is. And this is just the 9 a.m. candle. There'll be a 10 a.m. and then there'll be the action. So right now, the market is still dipping. It's looking for the yellow. It's looking for some support because it's been pumping up quite a bit right now. And usually it does come back to the yellow once every day or two. So it could be here, it could be down here. We'll finalize that later on. I do not foresee myself executing Asia today because I'm in an appointment later. So again, we'll be looking for a London execution. And that will be maybe a buy, maybe a sell. A seller may not be too palatable as the price dips further and further down. when it hits that high, I'm actually looking for a buy later, the high of Tuesday. So hopefully Asia pulls back long enough that we create a low somewhere here and it activates the buy, and then we can take an easy buy in London. That will be my game plan for today. So I'll be definitely coming back with pre-London to look at that and to make sure that I get the right execution. So far distractions are removed. We've got a clear forecast. We're not executing Asia again. Strategy wise, risk wise, we're in check, and the process is all buttoned up. So far today's scorecard is looking like this. We'll only fill this in after we take the trade. Yesterday I did a little bit of a book read. I learned a little few things about how stock trading was like back in the day, and that really helped. Same thing as what we have today. I'll mention that later tomorrow. So let's go on into some data. I think this is something that I keep mentioning, but we haven't been looking at too much. So this was the breakdown of my statistics from last year. And these are broken down month by month. You can see the headline that I should be making like 165K. Basically, it's 100%, 150% over the past year. And those were the breakdowns per the month. Averagely, I would say it would be 5% a month. And those were the types of mistakes I've been committing. I want to highlight this column at the end here, which is no trade column. This is basically over trading. These were the trades that I took that are not supposed to be there. And you can see that it generally ended up in a profit, meaning that all these extra trades were all losers. And it was down to a tune of 31K over the last 12 months, which is around 3% a month. And how many trades were they? They were about 167 trades over the last 12 months. What does that mean? Well, it means that I'm averaging about 10 to 12 trades a month of extra trades. Those are not supposed to be there, averaging about one a day, one every 2 days. And that percentage comes up to 41% of overtrading. I took 236 trades and 40% of them not supposed to be there. No, I didn't take 42 trades. I'm only supposed to take 236 trades. But because I overtraded by 40%, there was a bunch of trades that are not supposed to be there. So that would be my